Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is Skinomics2, and this video covers the 14th to 20th of October 2024. Let's go straight into the headlines. Firstly, I want to update you on the items of the Armory Pass. The return on investment of all items apart from the Desert Eagle heat treated have declined this week. We now have one more unboxing that has become unprofitable on average, and that is the gallery case with a 95% return. Although obtaining the case itself is still extremely profitable. If you have the intention to make a profit with your credits, both charm collections appear to be the best place to go. I would expect to see all these numbers continue to decline as time goes on. Next, let's go through a few charms in depth, as quite a few of my audiences have been interested to know what the most expensive variant of each charm is. Charms have a pattern index between 1 and 100,000, and often more than one variant demands overpay. But I will just go through the most rare and expensive in this guide. We start off by looking at charms covered by a guide created by Gojo Satoru. His guide covers some of the most popular charms currently. Semi-Precious has colorways spanning from green to blue to purple. The Max Green, which is referred to as Emerald, is currently the most expensive variant. In terms of the die-cast AK, the most expensive becomes the red version, with only a 5% chance of dropping. Gold only comes in second for this charm. Looking at the two baby carrot charms, the higher the pattern index, the brighter they are, with 100,000 being the most in demand and therefore likely the most expensive. The diamond dog operates in a similar fashion. The lower the pattern ID, the more pearlescent they are, and therefore the more expensive. What I am showing at the center of the screen now is the pattern template for the little teacup charm. There are currently a couple patterns of the charm determined to be worth overpay. One which shows the character Viper Sister front and center, and the other says Smoke front and center. On the bottom right, we are also seeing a couple patterns deemed to be worth overpay for the Hot Worst charm. These two are the default appearance and the Liquid Fire variants respectively. Moving on now, I have found a guide on buff which I have translated. The guide further showcases some more charm color variants. I have highlighted the rarest of each charm in red. I apologize for the mess you are seeing on screen, and feel free to pause to have a detailed look at any charm. Firstly, the little SAS in red only has a 1.6% chance of dropping, hence expected to be the priciest. The blue version of the little Crass has a 3% chance, making it the rarest of its class. And the blue-hued purple shirt of the Big Kev is about a 1 in 10 chance. Of the little chicken, blue is the rarest. It is a 5% chance on this charm. Whereas a pink vest is the rarest for the little Ava, which is a 7.5% chance. Blue is again the rarest when we take a look at the Pinch of Salt charm with a 3% chance. But red is the rarest for the Hot Sauce charm with a 7.5% chance. Taking a look at the two cats, orange is the rarest for the little Whiskers charm with a 3% chance of dropping. And blue is the rarest for Little Sandy with a 6.5% chance of dropping. Moving on to the weapons, the titanium blend of blue and purple is the rarest for the AWP at about a 9% chance, and pink for the Disco Mac at about 10% chance. Lastly, in the more common drops, tan and brown split the ugliness of the Whittle knife. Red-brown is a 12% chance for the baby's AK, but I wouldn't expect too much overpay. So too for the 10% chance at an orange pocket AWP. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Now I want to talk about a post advertising for opening behalf of buyers for the Armory Pass. I would advise against any of my viewers purchasing such a service, as it would be against the TOC set by Valve. And it also brings problems related to transacting items if you open something good. Moving on to our last headline of the week, the Bleed CS2 team has changed their name to Unpaid, and the coach Kassad has called out the CEO of the organization regarding unpaid wages. There were also rumors that the CEO is currently in a Singaporean jail. This is a sad set of circumstances for the players of the team. Finally now, let's look at our weekly craft idea. There are a couple ideas making use of the elemental stickers that I have found interesting this week. The first is of an electric type. By combining 3 bolt themed stickers in a line on a dark surface, you can create a very cool looking lightning strike. The second is of a fire type. You can achieve a similar craft by using high heat and scorch loop on any skin. Taking a look now at the skins market. The market has been on a roller coaster again, but the oscillation has become smaller. Overall, the market has increased by 0.87% in the portfolio of skins I have chosen to represent it. Moving on to trade volume, on buff, we have seen an inclining slope for both trade volume and value of trades. This is no doubt due to the Armory Pass items becoming tradable. A similar case is seen for CS Float, which is slowly becoming the de facto go-to marketplace for Western players. By my estimations, the company is now making 18 to 23,000 USD a day by their 2% transaction fees. Thanks again to itrade.gg for providing this data. I have also included an affiliate link in the pinned comment for some free stickers, although I want to clarify that this is not a sponsorship. Now, let's break the skin market movements down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, we saw an increase here which is in line with the market. Higher tiered weapon skins also did well this week for the most part. Agent skins have finally experienced some smaller movements this week, although we see the disparity between T and CT sided agents getting even wider. Last but not least, we saw affordable weapon skins showing mixed results this week, which has been a drag on the overall market. Moving on, player numbers have remained steady this week, but we saw unboxing numbers take a nosedive. I want to remind my audience that CS2 case tracker is not 100% accurate, but this would not be a surprising result as more people are spending their money on collections in the Armory Pass which are not part of this data. The lowering unboxing numbers have translated into a mixed result for non-active case prices. Of note, Chroma 2 dropped more than 10% this week. Active cases also saw mixed results this week. The kilowatt continued to decline as the gallery case cannibalizes the volume for cookery knives. Let's now take a peek at this week's biggest winners and losers. In winners, we saw the Nico Gold bounce back from last week's place on the biggest losers list. More of his fans are crafting with these stickers for the new skins in the Armory Pass. We also saw the semi-precious charm shoot up in price as people realizes its potential. In losers, we saw the Gold Tooth top the list, which is a covert skin from the gallery case. It dropped significantly as more are being opened. Two relatively lower volume items make up the rest of the losers list. Moving on to top trades of the week, we saw a 4x Arbor Power paper craft being sold for over 24,000 US dollars this week on buff. The craft is on a 000 flow hot rod, and this is probably quite a fair price for this exquisite craft. The second and third places were a 00 Gunye with a crun foil selling for 17,000 and an emerald butterfly for 15,000. On CS Float, the top trades were made up of a low float wild lotus for 19,000 and then an emerald butterfly and an emerald M9 finishing off the list. In game news this week, there was one update on the 15th. It contained both bug fixes and stability improvements. Moving on now to the pro scene. There were no tier 1 events this week, but we did see Nemiga beating the unpaid Bleed to the RES Regional Championship. Ensign Heroic are also set to face off in the Eliza Masters Espo Final. In other pro scene news, EZTAG has officially departed from NIP following 8 months on the bench. Drulas has replaced Amsalam with Seneri. The team still contains 3 players from the Asian region for the RMR as classified by Valve, as Hadji has a Moroccan passport. Please like, share and subscribe, as well as check out my Discord server. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!